Hello, my name is Melody, your only child, and this is Only Child Theater Presents, the place where the theater of my mind collides with yours. And I'm here today to talk a little bit about the weather. I'm in the South, and we've had a little bit of a snowstorm, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't know how to drive in the snow down here. I'm not originally from the South, as you can tell from my accent. But it can be challenging to get from A to B, even if you are a seasoned traveler of the snow. And I wanted to share a little story about some actual snow. Actual snow. Okay. I think it was back in 2010. We had a doozy of a storm up north. Snowmageddon. Everybody's panicking. It was either 2009 or 2010. Around that time. Anyway, it was bad. Even for then. Even for Pennsylvania. And my father's not alive anymore, but he's passed on. But at that time, uh, we had to take him, we being myself and the ambulance drivers, we had to take him from Altoona, Pennsylvania, to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The VA hospital in Pittsburgh was more equipped to do the procedure that needed to be done. And it's not the most pleasant procedure. It was, for him, it was a colonoscopy. And it was very important because he ended up, he had colorectal cancer, so we needed to be able to make sure everything's okay, or basically in this case, see how bad is. And he did the prep in Altoona, at the Altoona hospital, or the VA hospital there. Anyway, it was just a lot easier for him. The prep is awful, and so we got him ready. And unfortunately, at that time, it was an absolute blizzard. So what would normally have been a 2-hour drive from Altoona to Pittsburgh ended up being about 4 hours, at least. And I was driving behind the van, or the ambulance, medical van, and it was very difficult to follow it. It was white out. It was sheets of snow. You couldn't see. What? Can you see? No. That was how bad the snow was. You're squinting trying to follow the tail lights. It was a long drive. I was driving his Jeep, and so we were just inching our way to Pittsburgh. When I got to when we got to the VA hospital in Pittsburgh, we made it on time for the procedure. Keep this in mind. We drove since 3 a.m. to get there at 7 a.m. through a blizzard. Okay? Keep this in mind. Through a blizzard. And we made it. And we were there on time. So, we walk in. They wheel my dad in. We were so proud of ourselves. We made it through the storm. Well, we walk up to the nurse's desk, and nurse comes around. She goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to have to reschedule. The doctor's 20 minutes away, and he can't make it through the storm." Yeah. I don't know what look I gave this woman, but she was terrified. And I told her, um, look, we had literally driven through a blizzard for 4 hours. 4 hours to get here on time for this procedure. Somebody's getting a colonoscopy today. A woman, she understood what I was implying. Because if it wasn't my dad going to be getting one. So, in response, she's not taking her eyes off of me. She's afraid I'm going to just deck her and give her a colonoscopy. I'm laughing now, but I really scared this poor woman. I must have had a look on my face like, test me. Please. I'll do it. So anyway, she's terrified. And she's shaking the phone. She's still watching me, like, making sure I don't do any sudden moves. She says, "Doctor, yeah, um, you're gonna need to put your snowshoes on or something because, yeah, they're here. Yeah, they drove 4 hours. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're waiting. They'll wait. Oh, okay. Yeah, please get here quickly. Please, please get here. All right. All right. Bye bye." She's watching me, and I looked at her like, "Mm-hmm, mm-hmm." He got his colonoscopy. I tell you what, it's just one of those things that it's like if it was like, "Oh yeah, we'll just reschedule, no problem." But my dad suffered through the prep and drove. He didn't drive, but he was driven 4 hours to get there. I know I keep saying that, 4 hours. And they're like, he's 20 minutes away. I'm like, really? Really? That's 20 minutes, bro. Better start walking. We'll wait. Yes, they did finally get it done. But I guess the point of the story is, weather happens. I know for myself, even though I'm seasoned in driving through this weather, down south, uh, I get here. I'll make it positive. We'll turn this into a PSA for my southern brothers and sisters here. Okay, here's the deal. If it's snowing outside, it's not a sunny day. Okay, so when you're driving, here's the deal. keep a good distance between you and your neighbor in front of you. Keep a good distance because you want to be able to brake on time if something happens with them in front of you. Okay, speaking of braking, pump your brake, not hard, but just, because you're going to have a distance, gently pump the brake, okay? And then it'll give you a nice slow down, give you control over it, okay? That way, you're going to just have a nice controlled stop as opposed to slamming on the brakes and you're doing Tokyo Drift through the town. You don't want to do that. Um, also, if you're thinking, okay, I'm going too slow and I might be annoying people, just like when it's raining really hard, turn on your emergency lights, your hazard lights. Turn those on. Let people know, hey, I'm going slow. I'm trying to be safe. You know, and oh, super important advice. Turn into the skid. What does that mean? If your back end is going this way, then you need to turn into it. You need to turn towards it. If it's going that way, turn towards it. And that will actually straighten you out and prevent you from going into an all-out turnaround. You don't want to. You don't want to. That's what it means by turning into the skid. If you feel your back end going one way, turn that way. If you feel your back end going the other way, turn towards it. Okay. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. But and if you don't have to go out, okay, then don't. It's not worth. It's really not worth having an accident, getting hurt, or worse. Uh, if you're concerned about like going to work, for example, or whatever, if you really don't have to go out, don't go out. Do yourself and everybody else a favor and not put yourself at a risk of having an accident. Um, but yes, that was uh, my PSA for everybody. Um, and then, of course, be careful because there's ice out there and things like that. So it's different in the South. Okay, and I know some people will be like, but hey, give us a break. I know we're in the South and we have this issue. Here's the other thing I recognize and acknowledge. One of the things about the South when dealing with snow, they don't have the infrastructure. What am I talking about? Up north, we've got the salt trucks going out, we've got the ash trucks going out, we've got the snow plows going out. I mean, a lot of them. And they are just taking care of the problem right away so that people can try to have as normal a life as possible. I keep hitting my mic, I'm sorry. To have as normal a life as possible uh, and to be able to continue to work and go where they need to go. In the South, unfortunately, because snow happens so infrequently, it doesn't justify the expenditure of a lot of money to have that infrastructure. Oh my heavens, I keep hitting my mic. To have that infrastructure in place. So I sympathize with that. I mean, I can see it now. Putting it out. Sorry, my nose is itchy. To put it out and say, okay, I'm going to justify spending, $1 million on ash trucks and salt trucks and snow plows and all kinds of stuff for that possible moment where we get some snow. Yeah, it just won't fly. So sadly, in the South, they take a gamble. They take a gamble. So, um, again, just take care of yourself. Be safe. Don't risk yourself. And Fortunately, the sun will come out tomorrow, as the song goes, and hopefully we should get this snow and ice melted away quickly, and get it away enough that there's not a refreeze. So anyway, everybody, um, I really appreciate y'all giving me a listen. Of course, please like, comment, and subscribe. And once again, uh, thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.